I played 100 games of SkyWars again. A few months back, I played 100 games of SkyWars and kept track of the various things that went along with the games. A lot's changed since then, so I thought I'd take another swing at it. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Let's try and get this video to 9 likes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get right into it. So yeah, a few things have changed since last video. Last time, I played all 100 games in one sitting. This was a massive mistake, and it made me take a large break for like 4 months, so this time I did 4 sessions of 25 games each. Like last time, I only played 100 games. No games were cut out or removed since I didn't want to handpick data and ruin the overall experience. I also only played solo insane, used the scout kit, queued random maps, and didn't queue dodge a single map. With that out of the way, session 1 actually started out in the best way that it could have. I actually started off on a win streak. I won the first 7 games, which is pretty crazy considering I hadn't played much before. I did lose on game 8 because I forgot to press the space bar, but let's be honest, what else is new here? Game 9 was fine, but in game 10 I encountered my first cheater. A game later I got stuck in a 2v1 fight before I could even get to middle. Games 12 and 13 were pretty standard 6 kill wins, but in game 14 I queued the same B-hopper from game 10. Luckily enough, this was actually the last time I queued with a cheater in all 100 games. Everything up until game 19 was pretty standard. Did get some smooth combos in a few of the rounds, which is always nice to see. Game 22 was kind of disappointing because that would have been an insane clutch to pull off if I had realized a second earlier. Even after watching game 23 over a few times, I still can't process what went on at middle. The server started lagging and everyone wanted some Iro. Ugh, fan behavior, am I right? I knew I was gonna lose game 25 since I didn't have any gear compared to the other guy, but I just really felt like being as annoying as possible. I basically dragged out the game as long as I could and mined for some better gear, only to die to a few snowballs in the end. Session 1 honestly couldn't have been a better start. I won 17 out of 25 games and got 93 kills. My win-loss ratio for this session was 2.13 and my kill-death ratio was 11.63. Session 1 lasted around 40 minutes. Session 2 had a decent start, but oh boy, I was not ready for this one. Games 26 and 27 were pretty normal, but I noticed that HYPIXEL was starting to have a moment. Instead of doing the smart thing and waiting to record until the server wasn't dying, I went on with the session as normal because let's be real, when isn't HYPIXEL dying? I recorded session 1 before the summer update and 2 to 4 after, so in game 29 I queued one of the new summer maps. Honestly, this one's kind of okay. It's not great, but it's not awful either. The turtle looks like it's on something, I'll say that much. Games 30 and 31 were back-to-back losses on the exact same map. I actually got my longest win streak in session 2 between games 32 and 34. It was a win streak of 3. Game 35 is where things start getting a little weird. Everything was fine until I got to middle and the server just froze for a few seconds where I got ghosted and lagged back in the blink of an eye. I tried pearling away, but I missed my pearl slightly and died of fall damage. With the way the server was running, you'd really think this is a rip-off server. Haha! That's quite funny that I bring that up because I just made a video playing on HYPIXEL rip-off servers last week that you should totally go watch after this video. First link in the description. Anyway, this game started a streak of me dying in literally the dumbest ways possible, with me getting thrown into small narrow gaps like in game 36, or with me getting outsweated in game 39. I didn't know it was possible to outsweat me. I will admit though, game 40 was completely my fault. I tried for a cool play, but it just didn't work. I actually won game 41 after losing the last 7 games, only to lose 3 more games afterwards in more stupid ways. Game 42 was pretty fun because someone decided, hey, let's just blow up this entire small narrow island and leave other people with no method of getting to middle. Yeah, I ended up getting lagged back in game 43 and I jumped in the wrong direction. This one was my fault. You see, I won games 45 through 47, but there was literally nothing interesting about these games at all, so what's the point? And to end off this amazing session, I lost games 48 and 49 with 0 kills, and to top it all off, I pulled the biggest brain move in game 50. The rest is history. Session 2 is the worst session out of all 4. I won 10 out of 25 games. I only got 56 kills, and in 9 of the 25 games, I had 0 kills. My win-loss was 0.67 and my KDR was 3.73. Session 2 lasted around 35 minutes, making it the shortest session as well. let's move on. After embarrassing myself completely from that last session, I needed to make sure that I actually had some content for this video. Session 3 actually started out with a loss, which was kind of frustrating, but I tried not to let it get me down. I got 2 back-to-back 6-kill wins in game 52 and 53. I almost had a neat clutch in game 55, but a lot of these games are pretty normal, but I did get a 7-kill on Mountaintop in game 57, which is okay. I seem to be struggling with having a good game on Garrison because in game 59, I was rushed immediately and had to camp at the bottom of my island. As soon as I tried to escape, I was just pearled to and died. I did make up for it though by winning Garrison the game after. Granted, it was because I had a knockback rod and I probably would have died if I didn't use it. Someone tried pulling off an epic TNT jump in game 63 on Garden Bed My Beloved. Unfortunately, they broke their legs and will never play SkyWars again. Game 65 was normal until I saw someone doing the Orange Justice. You see, I am the only person who is allowed to Orange Justice. I had to stop this. I aggroed the player with 2 hearts like the incredibly smart person I am and somehow managed to kill them. How did I do it? I have no idea. Did I celebrate with Orange Justice? Yes. Everything up to game 68 was pretty standard, but game 69 is where things really get interesting. This is one they'll be putting in the history books. I pulled off a near-perfect SkyWars game, getting 10 kills. Not only was that the highest amount of kills I pulled off this video, that's also the highest amount of kills I've pulled off in months. I think my last 10 kill was when Heaven Palace was in rotation. I was super excited and was determined to finish this session off as my best. However, I did lose a few of the last games, but I did end off on a decent note, winning game 75 with 5 kills. Session 3 was the best session in the video. I won 18 out of 25 games. I got 96 kills, which was also the most of any session. I had a 2.57 win-loss and a 13.71 KDR. Session 3 lasted about 45 minutes. And lastly, Session 4. Session 4 is pretty underwhelming, but since this is 100 games of SkyWars and not 75, I'm legally required to talk about them anyway. Started off with a few decent games. I won the first 3 before dying to a dream skin. One fun thing about Session 4, it felt so much laggier than Session 2. Like in Session 2, the server might have froze a few times, but like in Session 4, the server wasn't freezing, it was just laggy as hell. Just look at these fights in game 80. I still won, but it's kind of ridiculous. Game 84 was an 8-kill on Aegis, and I got some of the laggiest strength chains I've ever gotten in my life, but hey, a win's a win. I queued the other new summer map in game 85, and to be honest, I actually kind of like this one. The middle is cool, and I like the little staircase that combines the 2 middle islands together. It's kind of cute. Games 86 through 89 were laggy, low-kill losses. I mean, just look at game 88. What was I even supposed to do in a fight like this? I had a cool little block clutch at the end of game 91, but that's about it. Game 93 would have been pretty cool if I didn't accidentally fall in the void. I did end up killing the guy, but like, I almost walked right into a trap on game 94, but luckily I had a pearl and clutched for a free TikTok. Game 95 started out awesome because the server lag kinda disappeared for a few minutes. I went insane on some innocent SkyWars players. I had no chestplate too, and I probably ruined a few people's day. Then a dude with a fire sword came out of nowhere and ruined my day. And here we are, the final stretch. Things were looking pretty good, actually. I won games 97 through 99 with no issue whatsoever. Unlike last video where I actually played out the entire thing, I think it would just be best if I showed the ending to this game. After several hours of playing, we end with me doing what I do best. Session 4 was a pretty even session. I won 13 out of 25 games. I had 84 kills, my win-loss was 1.08, and my KDR was 7. This session was the longest and took around 50 minutes. And now here comes the boring stuff! Stats! I won 59 total games and lost 41. This is actually a little worse than last time where I won 61 games, but it's not too far off. My overall win-loss ratio was 1.41. I got 329 kills, which compared to last time is also worse. Last video I got 359 kills. My overall KDR was 8.02. In total, I played 14 corrupted games, which is a lot less than what I was expecting. The most recurring map this time around was Palette, which I queued 6 different times. Honestly, the maps were a lot more balanced this time around. I don't know what happened, but at least I didn't queue Nomad 13 times. Statistically speaking, I was less likely to win corrupted games, as I lost 9 out of 14 of them. And that's the video. If you look to my right, you'll see the first one of these I did, which I highly recommend watching if you haven't already seen it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and have a great day.